Hello there, and welcome to the first episode of the Colourful Creative Things podcast with me, Michael. How are you doing, everyone? I'm hoping you're having a good day. I'm so excited to start this new podcast. You're probably wondering what's this new podcast all about. Well, it's about creative things like movies, TV shows, games, anything that's fun and excited to talk about. So the first thing that I'd like to talk about is my comics that I've been making because I'm a comic creator and an animator. But I've only really started in the last 2 years, so I'm not really an expert. But I'll probably tell you a few tips in that at the end of the podcast. So I better start with the first two comics that I have here, which are the Evan Story Starts Here series that I have. I've got the first one and the second one. I'm also hoping to do a third one this year, but you see I'm doing some animation, so that's kind of taking a long while to do, but surely sometime though in the future. I don't want to get too much into the comics because I've already talked about them in several different podcasts and radio shows. Like I did my first one on Tip FM and my second one on Down Your Way. I had my two comics there that I was talking about. The first one on Tip FM and the second one on Down Your Way. And I've actually done a podcast just recently. Small Talks and Strong Message is called. It's on Spotify. So I was just talking a little bit about that. Except I didn't have any comics or animation there, so which was a shame. But anyway, if you wanna go and check them out and listen to them, and you'll get a bit more story. But for now, I'm going to talk about the other comics that I've done that I haven't really talked on any other podcasts, so you're very lucky to listen to those ones. So here we go. So the first big one that I did, apart from the Evan Story Starts Here comics, would be the Pokemon Mysterious Dungeons Crystal Trial that I did because I'm a big Pokemon fan. It's in a big book, but I never got to finish it. And, well, that's because I was doing other comics for my brothers and sister. So I have a little comic for my younger brother who loves memes, so I tried to make a comic about memes. And then another one for my younger brother who likes Lego and also Brickwigs, which is like Lego, but it's on a computer game, and it's a little different. And then I also have another comic for my sister who likes Animal Crossing, so I did a comic for her. And then I have another one that I was doing with my cousin because you see she had started her own comic with a friend, and they wanted me to do the illustrations because they only had stickmen. So I don't know, you might hear a bit more about that. Hopefully sure not. But I think that's all the comics I have now. But before I move on, I would like to say that you can buy the Evan Story Starts Here comics in the bookworm that's in Telus. They're $8.99 each. So if you'd like to support me, you could go and check them out at the bookworm. Right, so now I'm going to talk about the comics that I have around the house. Well, these ones aren't mine, they're my little brother's. I don't actually read comics. I prefer reading novels because they help you have imagination. So that's tip number one on making comics. That you should read novels instead of comics, because novels you have to imagine what's happening in the story. So that's very good for imagination to help you create comics. So you should do that, but maybe start with a short, simple story, like that has a few pictures to help you, and then hopefully when you get better, you might be able to read bigger novels. So you should do that. So anyway, I better start talking about these books. So the first one I think it would be the Bunny vs. Monkey book, which is created by Jamie Short. And my brother only has 3 of them, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot more. They're kind of new, they're very detailed, and they're also kind of like a little TV show, since they have like a big story, but they kind of go off on different adventures. But I don't know, you'll have to check them out. And the next one I have here is the Cat Kid Comic Club. There's only 4 out, but I'm pretty sure there'll be a 5th one coming out soon. I kind of like these ones because they're created by Dave Peet. You probably know him from creating Dogman and Captain Underpants. These ones have a lot of comics in them, with a lot of styles, like little sketch, like little kind of simple comics, and then ones made by pictures. There's also one with like a marshmallow as well, so that's really cool as well. And then the last one, I have a big load of them, is the Dogman comics that my brother loves, and we got 10 of them, which is a lot. As you can see, it's also created by Dave Peaky as well, like I said. I think there's a 11th book out now, so you better go and check that out. And so I kind of like Dogman as well, since I kind of like the comic, the Cat Kid Comic Club as well. But like I said, I don't really read much. I more read novels, so all the comics. So I have a few more, but I think I had enough talking about these ones. So anyway, I'm going to move on to the Colourful Creative Challenge I'm planning to do on every podcast episode. So what I'm thinking about doing now is creating a comic and also telling you tips about it while I'm doing it. So I better make a start right now. So the first thing you need is some paper and some pencils and colouring and pencils or crayons, and also maybe a ruler if you have it. So the first thing I'm gonna do is maybe start doing like a panel, which is like a little picture that is in the comic. But you could also start by doing the front cover if you want. But I think maybe start doing the panel first, and then maybe do the cover later. If you're starting doing the panel, you might want to get your ruler and maybe measure it. You kind of should do like just the outside, like the white parts. Just start the panel like a few centimeters from the corners of the page, if you want to, depending on how big the page is. And then you should probably think how big the panel would be, depending on like the picture. But it's really how big the scene is in the panel. Yeah, I'm very sorry about the pause. It's just it's very hard to concentrate while doing a comic and also talking at the same time. Well, I kind of try to do both. So, like, if you have like an idea for a comic, that you should do it, and well, have like fun with it. And you see, I probably don't do what I do because you see, when I was doing my first comic, it just got really exciting and kind of wanted to do like 5 more, as you kind of can see when I was telling you about all the comics that I made. So just do one and kind of stay at that one until you can finish that one. I know some of you might think that's kind of easy, but if you're very creative like me, you might find it a bit harder. So you better do that. I'm very sorry if I keep saying so and all that. Just it's very hard to think of good advice for anyone that wants to make a comic. Anyway, I think I'll have to end it now because the podcast is going about nearly 12 minutes, and you see, which is not very long for a podcast, but I'm not sure I'll be able to talk more. I'm very sorry about all the pauses that have been happening in the podcast. Just that I'm not very good at the talking, and I'm trying my best. Also, I've been trying to make this comic while talking, and I think I've only did like a box, so I think I'll kind of fail this challenge. But hopefully, the next challenge I probably might be able to complete it this time. Next time, I mean. But thank you for listening. I hope you really enjoy it, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Bye!